Today's episode is part 1 of a 4-part series all about SEO. So if you have been wondering what SEO is, this is an episode for you. Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. As always, before we get started, I need to talk about Up in My Business's sponsor, Jane. Jane is an all-in-one practice management software with features like online booking, scheduling, documentation, and a PCI-compliant payment solution. The time that you spend with your patients and clients is valuable, and filling out forms during their appointment can quickly take away time from your session, which we all know how that feels. That's why the team at Jane has designed online intake forms that your patients can complete from the comfort of their own homes before they come to their session. And it also helps them remember to fill out their forms. Jane will have email reminders that are sent to the patient automatically before their appointment. This means that they arrive ready to start their appointment and you can arrive ready to help. There's nothing better than when a patient comes in and all their intake paperwork is complete. I mean, if you are a treating clinician, you know exactly what I mean. Jane's online intake forms are fully customizable to ensure you're collecting everything you need ahead of time, whether that's a credit card on file, that is key, insurance billing details, or signed consent. You can build your intake forms from scratch or use a template from Jane's template library, which is amazing, by the way, and customize it further to meet your practice needs. If you're interested in learning more, head to jane.app/guide, or you can use the code LEX1MO at sign up to receive a 1-month grace period on your new account. Again, that's LEX1MO at checkout. And welcome back to another episode of Up in My Business. If you're new around here, welcome. If you have been listening to the podcast, thank you so much for coming back. I'm super excited to record today. I have some life updates, some business updates, and just all the things. I do want to just say, and I'm going to do this in the beginning of the episode, I'm going to give a shout out to my dad. He has been listening to all of the episodes from, I don't know when he started. I think he actually started at the beginning, and I don't know when he'll actually get to listen to this episode. But Dad, I appreciate you for being my number one fan. You are the best. So if you are new to business, if you have been in business for a while, we all know how important it is to have a support system within our life during, the business highs, the business lows. And, my family has been incredible throughout all of the transitions in my life. And my dad he called me last week and he asked me about Shantae and my offer. And he was like, did you launch your offer yet? I've been listening to the podcast. Then we went in and he started talking about my sound and how the sound is different from when I was recording at, my old house on the East Coast to my parents' house when I was there, to Shantae's place when I first moved to California, and then now in my new office, and how the sound has changed a lot just because of the different environments, which shout out to Shantae for that as well, because everything I learned about podcasting and starting this podcast, I have learned from her podcasting ebook. But sound treating the room is key. I used to record with these really, I'm going to call them foam stick things. And they would be on the sides of my computer and they would limit the echo because I was in a room that didn't have carpet. I had a lot of furniture in there and I just didn't have blankets on the walls and all the things. So I had to get these foam things from B&H Photo, and I actually should link them somewhere so that people who aren't in a very, quality treated room can buy them, because they were great. They were amazing. But then now that I'm in this office, my whole office is carpeted, and the carpet has made such a difference. So if my sound is different, you're not imagining it. It's definitely been a game changer being in a carpeted room. So all of that to say thank you to my dad, and also shout out to anybody who does get all of that support from their family. And that may have been your first client or the first person who said, you can do this, whatever that looks like. I am also there. I am super grateful to have that support system in my life, and that my parents are listening to my podcast. So he did tell me, he was like, I just listened to the beginning of the episode where you do a bunch of life updates, and then I don't listen to the rest because I don't need it, which I fully respect that. So it's just so funny and I love it so much. So shout out to my dad. When you get to this episode, I hope you enjoy it, or at least enjoy the life updates. So all of that, let's move on to I guess let's do life updates first because that just makes the most sense. Went to Palm Springs, had a great time there. It was so good to hang out with friends and colleagues that are just like-minded, kind, fun. It was just wonderful. So Palm Springs was so good. It felt like such a safe environment, and the event in general just made me feel really, really happy and fulfilled, and it was fun. And we stayed at a house, so we were able to, leave the big party, if you will, that was the Dinah, and just come back to the house to hang out, and that was also fun. Having a pool is clutch in the desert. It was hot there, like super, super hot. Didn't get a sunburn, gratefully, wore all the sunscreen, but it was just nice to have access to the pool and to also just kind of unwind and unplug. So all of I'm going to call it time off / vacations that I've taken. Not even really a vacation, but the time off that I've taken in the last, 4 or 5 months has still been like, I am answering emails. And this one, I had answered a few emails when we got there Wednesday night, and then into Thursday, I answered like 2 in the morning. I had my coffee next to the pool and I was like, I'm going to answer some emails. So I did. I answered a couple, and then I finished up with a couple emails, and I was like, you know what? Like I want to get in the hot tub. I want to get in the pool. I want to enjoy my time. And while I absolutely love working and my job and everything that I get to do, I also understand the value of unplugging at this point in my life. And unplugging was exactly what I needed. It was fun and enjoyable. And then I was able to hit the ground running when we got back on Tuesday, not Monday, because I had my brand photo shoot. Now, I did do some work on Monday, but I just didn't do like active client stuff, if you will, just being on Zoom and whatnot, but was ready to hit the ground running. I felt refreshed. And now life is just busy. So we've had people coming and visiting. We have people coming and visiting in the next couple of weeks. We are going on a trip to Las Vegas with Shantae's friends, Dan and Natalie, at the end of the month. So going there for just a quick little weekend type of thing. So still lots of travel. And then it's holiday season, and that's going to get busy with our families because we're both traveling together back to Shantae's family and my family's place. So just a really, really busy season. And we'll get to this shortly, but there are some big business things happening as well. So just feeling really busy overall. Currently dealing with some things with Moose. So she has been like, I don't know if I actually haven't noticed it today, but she's been like extra itchy, if you will. Don't worry, she doesn't have bugs. There's no sort of like, it seems like very systemic, and was wondering if it was treats or food. And she had some eggs a couple weeks ago, and this has been like a 2-week thing. And I wasn't calling the vet because I am the person who's like, let's just see if it passes, because we all know what it's like to go to the vet. You go to the vet and you have like a $900 bill and nothing happens. And like, I absolutely understand, like, I get it. I know that they have to do all the exams and the blood work and I also just don't like going there and then they take my dog in the back. I'm like, why did I come into the office if you're just going to take her in the back? And I'm like, what are we doing in the back? Why can't you do everything you're doing there in here? I'm not a vet. I know. I get it. It's just like a medical office, but I'm like, I'm very apprehensive at the vet. I don't like going. She doesn't like going, and she can tell, and like watching her not want to go with them to like get her weight and stuff is just so heartbreaking for me. So I really struggle taking her. So I waited because I was like, we've gone through this before. It was just like dry skin. Honestly, we used some shampoo or conditioner the first time I bathed her, and she was just a little bit like itchy afterward because it just wasn't great shampoo. So I bought all the organic stuff, and it's been fine since. So I was like, maybe she just has dry skin because the sun here, but it's not dry where we live. It's very much so. It's not completely humid, but it's not dry. So we're just like waiting it out. And then when we got back from Palm Springs, and she was at the dog sitters, who is amazing. If you ever need a dog sitter and you're located near the South Bay, please consult me, because I think I've found a freaking needle in a haystack. She's amazing. And so she got back from the dog sitter, was still itchy. And I was like, I can't do this, because itching is just so uncomfortable. And I don't like that she's uncomfortable. So hopefully heading to the vet on Tuesday morning, they were able to get us in, and now I have a vet. So also I didn't get a vet when I first came to California because life was very busy, right? So we're moving, we're settled. Now I'm taking care of all the logistical things. So got a vet and going to be taking her on Tuesday, hoping she's okay. She's also getting groomed on Tuesday, and I'm praying that they don't need to shave her again because she looked ridiculous. So I mean, we've kept her pretty good as far as brushing. So hopefully they can just like trim her head. And Shantae said that we need her to be cut like a boy, not like a female dog, because they put like bows in her hair last time. If you followed me on Instagram, you probably saw the photo. It was ridiculous. So we don't want that anymore. So we're going to make sure that we don't have bows in the head this time. And that'll be Tuesday. So look forward to sharing an updated photo of Moose on Tuesday, or the transformation, if you will. So yeah, that's like all of the big things. Still playing volleyball. My back. Yeah, I have like ongoing back pain because my hitting form is kind of off, and I am not using my core when I swing, which is an issue, but I digress. So I'm trying to fix that. I also am going to add in some specific like lumbar spine, core stability, just back strength stuff. Like I have scoliosis. So like I know that I have an imbalance, quote unquote, if you will, as far as like mobility and also strength. So I need to actually add in like specific lumbar spine, thoracic spine rotation type of stuff, because I know that I need it. And this is just like the push, if you will. But my back has been so sore after, a couple hours of volleyball. So hopefully that will get better in time, but we'll see. I think that's all the life updates. I'm just trying to think of like anything crazy. So I'm literally sitting here thinking, if you've ever been on a Zoom call with me, I'll be like, this is my thinking face. Just give me a minute to think. I think we're good. That's all the life updates we have. I'm going to jump into business stuff because I have some exciting stuff to tell you. So this episode is the first episode of a series of 4 episodes about SEO. As you know, SEO School is going to open for registration at the end of the month. So my Instagram content is going to be surrounded mostly around SEO. I can't post about SEO every day. I recognize that. So I will be posting an intermix of SEO and general tech stuff, if you will. And I'll be doing this 4-part series. I specifically have a waitlist for SEO School. 1, to let the waitlist save money, but 2, so that I can essentially keep it a very much so waitlist based launch. I'm not someone who, I've learned the hard way, if you will. I don't really love to keep a launch just public facing and really pushing, quote unquote, like pushing the offer out, if you will, on social media the entire time, and, going for the on waitlist registration. I really, really like to keep it on the wait list, make it easy, just because energetically for me, it feels much better. I just don't get as exhausted. I don't need to have like a break at the end of it. So I do plan to launch mostly to the wait list. So if you are not on the wait list for SEO School, jump on that. You can jump on that up until the day that registration opens, which I'm looking at my board. Registration will open to the waitlist on October 23rd. And I'm just double checking that date. Yeah. Monday, October 23rd, the waitlist will open to the waitlist. So if you are interested, I would get on the waitlist because yes, you save money, but also you will get access to 2, potentially 3 bonuses. One of the bonuses is a YouTube SEO call with Dr. O. And then the other bonus is my Canva workshop. So if you don't have that already, you'll get that. And then there might be a third bonus, but I haven't decided and I haven't communicated with that person yet. So I need to figure that part out still. Stay tuned. But either way, you can get access to those bonuses. Those will be early action bonuses though. So it's for the people who register on the 23rd. So if you have an alarm, if you have a calendar, put it in your calendar, set an alarm or set an event notification, and that will be the day that is go time if you want to get access to those bonuses. Aside from that, you'll hear about it as a waitlist participant or if you're on the waitlist, you'll hear about it all that week. And then registration to the public will open on November 1st and close on November 5th. So just the gist, if you will. So mark it on your calendar for the waitlist if you want to get access to the early action bonuses, especially. But that will open up. All of the information is on the sales page. You will save $100. So the price that you see, take $100 off, and that's the price you would pay. I do offer payment plans. So I offer a 3-month payment plan. I did a 4-month last time and it didn't really work out well just because it was longer than the content. So doing a 3-month payment plan this go around, if that changes, it might change. We'll see. But as of right now, we're doing a 3-month and then a pay in full. I don't like to do like, if you pay me in 3 payments, you have to pay extra money. I just essentially round it out, if you will. So I just divide the payment and divide by 3, and then that will be the payment that you pay per month. And then, yeah, so SEO School. All of the information, like I said, is on the sales page. So go check it out. If you have questions, let me know, but you can join the waitlist right from there. Business update number 2. Shantae and I have solidified our offer. So I think I'm going to be building the sales page for that in the next couple hours here, hopefully finishing that by midweek. She's building out the application because it will be application based. And then we will be launching that mid-September. Okay. So mid-September, we're going to send out applications to the waitlist. If you're interested, you can fill out the application. Our limit is going to be 5 people. And then we are not sure because this program is going to be 9 months long. So if we go 9 months, we're not opening it up again until that is over. So, and we're not entirely sure, like if there will be another round, if it ends up working out, to be a shorter program or a longer program, or how many people can we have, or what's the group calls look like. We have a very, very good idea and we know what will work and we know what will be very successful. And we're going to do that for this round. And then if we open it 9 months later, or if we wait until this time next year, right? So our whole goal is to make sure that people have what they need for 2024. So if we start to open that up too early, it's going to be obviously not the best choice. So we may only open it up in October of each year. So keep that in mind. And if you're not on the wait list, you will not get the information. We are only sending out information to the wait list. So just to let you know, jump on the wait list. It's in the show notes. You can sign up there and you'll get all the information right to your email. So keep an eye out for that for mid-October with hopefully a beginning of November start. So that is the update on our program. Lastly, if you have not signed up for my email list, there is a link in the show notes here. You can jump on my email list. I don't send out a ton of emails. I send out a monthly recap, and I'm going to try to start sending out more mid-month, if you will, emails, but I don't send out a ton of emails. If you want to join, jump on it. I send out monthly recaps that will give you essentially a breakdown of all the things that you may have missed throughout the month, as well as any sort of life stuff, if you will. I do like a quick little intro. It's never anything like philosophical and storytelling because I'm not a big storyteller. I am a very logistical thinker, logistical person in general. So not telling stories, but yeah, that's all I got. Join my email list because they're the first people who know everything about things that are going on in the business. Okay, so we've spent 18 minutes now doing life and business updates. So I'm going to jump into the episode. The good news is that this episode shouldn't be too long because we're just talking about what SEO is. And I say the acronym SEO and I'm like, I know people are listening to this and they're saying, what the hell does S, E, and O mean, right? So we're going to break it down, or I'm going to break it down into, let's just say, a more tangible, if you will. And I'm also a tangible way, and also just making sure that I can lay it out very, very specifically of what SEO is and what SEO isn't, because I know that folks are really, really concerned with knowing that they need to do SEO, but don't quite understand it. So I'm just going to break that down for you. Like I said, this is part 1 of a 4-part series. So I'm going to leave you with a cliffhanger. I'm telling you ahead of time. So yes, you're going to learn about what SEO is, but you're not necessarily going to know everything you need to know about SEO, nor could I teach you that on a podcast. So part 1 of 4, keep your eye out for the next 3 parts, obviously. And if you listen to them all, you'll have a really good introduction, if you will, to SEO. And if you only listen to this one and decide that the next 3 are not for you, cool. I love it. You can listen to the beginning of my podcast and get the life and business updates like my dad does. All good. Totally understand. Okay, so let's jump in. SEO. So S, E, and O. All right. So search engine optimization. That is what SEO means. Okay. If we're talking about SEO is an organic way to get in front of more people because you're organically being found on Google. Now let's talk about what organically means, because that is a trigger word for some people, like organic reach. So what we mean by that is you're not paying for things to show up on Google. If we think about a Google search, when we type something in, the first one that comes up is typically a result that has something that has like a little black square next to it that says ad. That's not an organic option. That is something that came up in the search engine results that someone paid for that spot. So that's what we call an ad. That's a Google ad. If we scroll down, the first one that is not an ad is what is the result, if you will, as far as SEO goes. So if we're talking about rankings, right? Because people are like search engine ranks or SEO optimization, you want to be number one. We're looking to get found on Google without paying for ads. That's like the basic explanation. It's free. And that's like the biggest thing that I feel like people don't understand is that SEO is completely free. So when you get found on Google by someone organically, you're not paying for that result. You're not paying for that to happen. And that's the whole goal, right? So from SEO, the best thing about SEO is that it's free. And it's one of those things that can really, really drive new traffic to your business that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise through word of mouth marketing, Google reviews, etc. And in general, if we're doing something like a mailer, right? So like sending people pamphlets in the mail and whatnot about your business, it will likely reach different people there as well. So we're really looking at attacking a market that is using Google to find things. Now, you might think, okay, cool. Everyone Googles things. And I'm going to say, yes, exactly. Everyone Googles things. And when we talk about SEO in general, right? SEO, search engine optimization, is the method that we're going to use to get people to find us when they search for things that have to do with our business or things that we do within our business, changes that we can make for our patients, our clients, our services. Okay, that is what we're looking to do. We are looking to come up, if we are a pelvic health physical therapy clinic, we are looking to come up when someone searches pelvic health physical therapy in whatever town, right? If we have a podcasting ebook and we want to be known as the person who helps people develop their podcast, we want to come up when someone searches, how do you start a podcast? Okay. Now, SEO in general, people will say, I was told that I need to do SEO. And I'm going to say SEO is the next best step for someone who relies on word of mouth marketing. So oftentimes people will say, well, I really am successful with word of mouth marketing. And I say, amazing. I love that. This is the gold standard. Word of mouth is perfect. The next step is going to be able to get found on Google, right? Because let's just use pelvic health physical therapy as an example. There are people who are not going to talk about what they're going through. There are people who are not going to mention the solutions that they found to their problems to other people simply because it's a touchy subject. But those same people, the people that they might have told about what they did, who they went to, what services they received, they will be the people that are Googling things, right? People Google their symptoms. They Google what they're going through. They Google solutions all the time, answers to their questions all the time. So if we can really optimize our website, optimize our content, and create things that will get us in front of the people who are already Googling things, why wouldn't we do it? Right? And it's one of those things where it is a lot of work. People, I think, have a very poor understanding of the effort that it takes to get found on Google. And the thing is there are a lot of things out there that will tell you that you can do this technique and it will get you found faster. And I need you to know that there are methods out there that will actually get you penalized by Google. So it's about getting found and optimizing in a way that is long lasting, right? Not a quick fix. And the quick fixes, there are things out there that will have you create different things for your website that might rank quickly, but then all of a sudden Google recognizes what you're doing and will shut it down. So we have to know how to build our audience, build our content web, if you will, in a way that will be sustainable long term, and so that Google will keep us up high in the ranks. So if we break it down really, really simply, SEO and optimizing, SEO optimization, so search engine optimization, is a way to optimize your content, optimize your website so that you can get found on Google by your ideal client for the service that you provide your ideal client. Okay. So that is the baseline concept of SEO. And we can talk about, the benefits of paid traffic and unpaid traffic and just traffic in general in the same bubble. It can make you more money. Like let's just call it what it is. If people are saying that they want to run ads or they're saying that they want to do their SEO, the long-term goal is so that people can eventually make more money because it's going to bring in more business to your business. Yes, 1000%. I will not deny that. SEO is a way to then, if we think about that, save money. Because when we are using search engine optimization principles and we really capitalize on SEO, we can get more traffic to our website without paying money out of our pocket, which is what you would do if you had ads. Okay, so that is the baseline what SEO is. Now, if we talk about how SEO works, right? Because people are like, well, I published one blog about intestinal health and now I'm not being found for it. Of course you're not, because you published just one blog. So how SEO works, Google really, really likes certain things. So Google will focus on different principles, if you will, to get you or not get you in the ranks. So if we're looking at Google as a robot or as a computer, it is constantly searching your website and crawling, quote unquote, so like going through each page by page of your website to determine what content is there and is it important. And if it decides, okay, this content is important, it may rank you for the topic that your website, your page, etc. is about when someone Googles it. Now, this is all something that there's so much that goes into it as far as will you rank? Will you not rank? How do you get higher? What I want you to know right now in this podcast episode is that you are looking to show Google that you are an authority in the space that you're in and you are worthy of ranking online. You are worthy to show up in a Google search when someone types in X, Y, and Z and you do that service. That is our goal. We want to prove to Google that we are worth showing. And there are certain things that we can do. There are certain words that we use. There are certain ways to tailor where we put those words on a page. Yes, 1010%. Everything matters when it comes to SEO. And this is where we're going to sort of dive into, if you will, over the next 3 episodes. So if we talk about SEO in general, the benefits of SEO are that you are going to save money and bring in new traffic to your business. Now, yes, I want to talk about traffic because I think there is this, what we would call interpretation of SEO, meaning that someone is going to buy right away. Now, SEO is working just like something on Instagram would. We're trying to build trust. So if we're publishing blog posts, if we have a business website that maybe we're not blogging, maybe we're podcasting, maybe we have specific website pages about a specific service, we're just trying to build trust with our people, right? Especially in a brick and mortar business, people may not buy from you or come into your business and actually spend money in your business for a long time. It takes a lot of touch points. It can be a year and a half plus before they decide to come see you. The biggest thing to know is that when we are looking at SEO in general, the goal of SEO is, yes, to show up on Google. And how we do that is to create very valuable content. Content in general helps build trust. In the end, if we're measuring SEO success, of course we have to look at some stats and see how many people are visiting the website, etc. But you might not see ROI on search engine optimization for months or years. And that is just the realistic nature of it. The thing is, though, is you have to do it and then keep doing it. Because the thing is if you don't start, you're just going to stay in the same place. I think about it like investing, and Shantae and I have talked about this with Instagram content. You have to play the game. You can't just not do it and then expect it to work later on. And the way that I tell people this is, hey, if you start working on your SEO now, if you learn how to do your own SEO, if you have someone else do your SEO for all I care, right? You are then starting the timer now. If you decide to wait until January, if you decide to wait until 2025, if you wait until 2026, you're putting down roots starting then, right? And the thing about SEO is it's not just about creating content willy-nilly. And I don't know, I feel it's an East Coast word, willy-nilly, but you're not just trying to create random content. You are creating content that makes sense and content that essentially we want to, rank for, as far as we can't just publish knee pain one day, elbow pain the next day, foot pain the next day. We're trying to become an authority on a specific topic. So for SEO, we have to learn how to optimize the content that we create. If you start with a method, if you're using a method to create that content, then obviously we're going to set ourselves up for success later on. Now, I won't get into that because that's literally the entire SEO School course. It's not just as simple as being like, this is the recipe and that's it, because there's a lot that goes into it. But what I want you to take away from that is that when you start today, you're starting the timer. If you start 2 years from now, that's when you're starting the timer. And, making sure you're creating content purposefully and doing things with a goal, right? We want to start that ASAP. So in my opinion, you should start optimizing for Google right away, and being able to create content that Google likes is key in my mind. So with all that being said, the point of this episode, right? Because I understand I also do not enjoy being like, here is a bunch of definitions and that's all we're doing today. I want you to understand what SEO is. So search engine optimization, it is a free way to get more leads, to get more patients, to get more clients. It is all about getting found on Google for what you want to be found for. That is the services you provide, the coaching that you do, the outcomes that you can give your clients, the questions that your clients ask. That is the key here. That is what we're trying to be found for. So that is what SEO is. It is a free solution. We're not paying for Google ads. It is the exact opposite of Google ads. And we're working on optimizing our content, our website, all of the things to essentially show Google that we are worth being found for the things that we do for our people. And huge emphasis on the things that we do for our people, not just more leads for no reason. So thank you for listening to this episode. You will get 3 more parts to this SEO series that will come out before SEO School opens up for registration. This was definitely just a very brief intro into what SEO is, so you can better understand just what the acronym is and what the whole goal is. We will dive more into some tactical stuff and some more, let's just call it not techie information, but just deep dive information in the next couple parts. So thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you have any requests for episodes after SEO School season ends, and I will make sure I write them down. And without further ado, I will catch you next week.